This is what we call a Super Nintendo or Super Famicom. And as you can see at first glance, it looks like it's been through a lot. See, normally, these consoles are sort of grayish in color and not this dirty. Now I got this console for free in a lot with other gaming related stuff from a dude that calls himself Condor70. Thank you Condor for that. However, this console is in a rough shape. I cold tested it and it won't boot up any game. It seems this console has fallen prone to not much given love, as you'll soon see. The power button is really stuck, which indicates that there is something sticky inside it that holds it back. The reset button however works fine, as well as the eject button. Time to restore this absolute gem of a powerhouse console. Let's start by just cleaning the outsides with a cloth damped in alcohol. Look at this dirt, and this is just the exterior. Opening it up requires the Nintendo tool, as you need to remove 6 of these screws. I removed that external port flap, and it's time to open this thing up by taking off the top part. It seems sort of normal, until I take a closer look. What happened here? My guess, I think someone spilled soda here, and based on the color, Coca-Cola. It's pretty much all around the console, on all plastic parts, as we shall see when we try further. I flipped over the top cover, and even the inside is yellowed, indicating that this console was in a smoker's house. The nicotine got it bad. You can even see the sticky soda on these edges. Let's take it apart. There are only a few parts that I need for this restoration. The yellowed ones are getting a color restoration, next to all parts being properly cleansed. I pop out the top gray cover, and as you can see, just wow. This is where the soda started making entry on top of the console, and it just went down from there. The power and eject buttons come out in the same clickable manner. I flip out the front panel to reveal some more soda leakage. Let's take a look at that dried up sticky soda. I pull out the flex cable and take out the flip card mechanism. At this point, I just couldn't stand the dust and dirt that was in this machine, so I used an air pressure can to at least make it somewhat doable. Removing the power switch here, which is attached to the motherboard onto this connector. The Super Nintendo is a fairly easy console that uses screws in 2 colors, gold and silver. You just need to remember where they each go and you're good. Exposing the motherboard, and to be honest, all seems pretty well, but I'm going to deep cleanse this console anyway, starting with a soft brush coated in alcohol. All of these are just Philip Head's ones. With all screws gone, I take out the motherboard to reveal nothing much actually. There is still the soda goo in there. We're going to get all of that off real soon. I want to remove this top metal cover as well to get to the rest of the motherboard. In order to do so, I need to remove 3 screws to get there, 2 on the bottom and this side one, which is a tricky one. I needed to be real careful as it is intertwined with a chip soldered on the motherboard, revealing more dirt, goo and dust, nothing the trusty soft brush can handle. And some parts require a bit more work, like this stain. One of the more important things to clean is the pin slot for the carts. These get to endure a lot of dirt and nastiness, and judging by what I came across so far, it is just as dirty. For good measure, I also cleaned the output ports, and I cleaned up the flip card mechanism. The controller port unit has a detachable front panel, which is also getting the new color treatment. Once that is all done, I throw in all the dirty plastic parts in a bucket of water with some fresh cleaning deterrent to weaken that soda stickiness. I left it in there for a while, and now it's time to just clean it off with ease. So I am left with these parts. The parts on the right are going to get a customizing color treatment, but first I need to remove some parts on the bottom. These 4 rubber feet are in the way. With the help of a blow dryer, I loosen up the 30-year-old glue that keeps those rubber domes glued to the unit. It is a task that requires patience, but it is the safest and cleanest method. Once that glue became liquid, I could pry the domes off with a knife while still blowing hot air onto it. The same goes for all these stickers at the bottom. Luckily these are metallic ones, so they don't break that easily when being pulled. Still, these are really fond of staying on the console, so I needed to be patient. Time for sanding these plastic parts. You need to do this in order to attach the primer coat. Primer fills surface scratches and provides a base coat for the top paint. I use the lightest sanding paper, so it only scratches the mere surface of the plastic. Then I clean all the sanded parts again with water to remove plastic dust that is still on the plastic parts. Let's go painting. This part is great because I can finally see some direct progression after all those mandatory tasks. This is the priming part, which already resembles more of the original grey color of how the console looked back in the day. The reason I choose to customize it with paint is that it doesn't brittle the old plastic, and it maintains the new color for years in comparison to retrobriding. I'm not saying retrobriding is an inefficient method, but I want to enjoy the coloring for a much longer time, as well as not weaken the console plastic. Let's look at the results. Oh yeah, there it is. In my opinion, it looks like it just came rolling out of the original box. All buttons also work properly, which is no surprise, as all soda is gone. But how about those stickers, as well as that front panel that's missing the original logo? I got that covered. I again turned to Meaty Munchies to solve those problems. With a brush and a steady hand, she glued all of the original stickers back onto the bottom of the console. In order to make them all stick perfectly, she used paper tape to hold them down. Now on to the next thing, which is printing a new logo for the front panel, with the help of her cry-cut machine. Here's where my personal preference came to play. See, I never liked the original Super Nintendo logo, as I found it crammed and too big. I wanted that Japanese logo on there, as in my opinion looks way much cooler. From a distance, one could swear this is just a SNES mini console. I am actually really satisfied with how this console came back to life. Now to the ultimate test, can it play games? I pop in Super Mario All-Stars, plug in a joypad, and hit that power switch. It works! Another console revived from an early death, so it can live another day and bring joy to many new and old players. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. A subscribe is highly appreciated, as it will keep you notified on new custom console videos. And I'll see you on the next customizing video.